All right, Gemini. So this is part 2 to your love reading. I'm not shuffling these cards again. I did try to do this reading 2 times, and it was 2 separate readings. And for some reason, because it wants to be Mercury retrograde shadow period, because usually I feel Mercury retrograde during this shadow period, not really doing the actual Mercury retrograde. But anyway, long story short, this is your sign, Mercury. You rule by this, okay? And this is probably you. You all over the place. You can't get your words out right. You're trying to do things over and over. You're texting, but then you got to delete it and retext it because you don't know if that sounds right. Anyway, Gemini. Your major lesson before love, you have to heal the trauma that is related to finances, to money, to resources, okay? I feel like that was the underlying issue in all of your relationships. I feel like that is something that you have realized, okay? You have had this epiphany that, oh, it really wasn't them. It was more so how I felt, okay? It was your insecurities. It was what you wanted to do but couldn't do because of your financial situations. You get what I'm saying? So it's like there was a need for you to lock in with yourself, check yourself, get these finances in order so that you can be comfortable in an actual relationship. Because I feel like you're ready to feel the love, okay, Gemini? I feel like you really want to feel the feelings. You want to be able to be there for your partner. You want to be able to, spoil your partner and go on the trips and do the dinner dates and the double dating and all the fun activities that, couples can do. But it requires finances, right? For some of you, you could have been dating people that had financial problems. And it was more so the reason why you kept attracting these people that have financial problems is because of your judgment of them. You judging them when you used to be there. You're judging them because you used to be there yourself, Gemini. So how dare you judge them? You were supposed to show them how you got yourself out of that situation if you really cared about them. And if they were willing to put in the work. But if they wasn't willing to put in the work, then you couldn't sit there and help them. If they don't want to be saved, don't save them, right? Now, for others of you, this was your lesson. This was your generational curse that you had to break. Okay, you needed to get your finances in order before you started creating families, before you started getting fully committed. Because when you get fully committed and you get in these relationships, you want to be raw dogging, and guess what happens with the consequences of sex? Babies, right? That's one of the consequences, babies. And that costs money. That's a heavy expense. But many of you, you are at that age now. You're ready for a baby. Your body's telling you it's time for one. Okay? You are ready to plant your seed into somebody. But you also know you got to have your stuff together. Okay? You don't want to make the same mistakes that your parents made and your grandparents made and had to struggle and worry about finances and worried about if the lights is going to get cut off or the cable going to get cut off, right? So you don't want your child to have to go through those things. And you're realizing that you have to make that decision. For some of you, what's been messing with your finances is court, tickets. Because if you went to jail or something like that for something, you probably have fines, lawyer fees that you had to pay. Others of you was tickets, parking tickets, speeding tickets. For some of you, child support. Okay, I do see there was a situation with that may have been unfair, and you may have thought that, and you think that you may want to seek legal advice in some way, shape, or form as well. All right. If you have questions, don't just think about it. Go and ask the right people to get the right answer, because you might be getting some money back because some people done sat there and overcharged you or was unfair in a certain situation, right? For others of you, you're finally doing this. A lot of you thought about it, was thinking about it, was like, yeah, I need to get my finances in order. Yeah, I need to get to the bag. But it was like you wasn't motivated. And I feel like now you're motivated to do it. You're ready to do it. Or someone got you ready to change it all. You about to change the game and change your player ways because you want to do right by somebody. You want to be able to give this person the world. And that's why you're getting your stuff in order. Somebody's ready to marry somebody. Somebody's ready to have some children. or you're preparing yourself for this because you know that most relationships and divorces always end with it, either it's third party situations or it's financial issues, you know? And I feel like you want to avoid that. Like you if you get married, that's your end all be all. Like y'all ain't getting divorced. You're not getting divorced at all. Um Stability is within you. It's a mindset. Okay? You have to be grateful for what you have already. It may not be a lot, but I promise you, if you start being grateful for what you do have right now and appreciate what you do have, you'll be able to receive more. Because you're telling the universe, listen, I'm grateful for that $600 a week that I get. I'm grateful for it. Because there's people out here that don't have nothing. They don't get nothing a week. You know, I'm grateful that I have just enough to pay my bills. Okay? I'm grateful for it because you're telling the universe, I want to be grateful for more things to have. Okay? It's a mindset. You got to get your mind right. Change your thinking. Money's not the root of all evil. It's the person who's the root of the all evil because they're the ones doing the evil with the money. Because you could easily do good with that same money, right? Yeah, because I feel like for some of you, you just didn't understand why your relationships always ended the way that they did. It was like either you made more or you made less, however it went in the relationship, but it all boiled down to finances at the end of the day when it came to your love relationships. And even if you, like I said, even if you were the breadwinner, you were you were attracting these people that didn't have because you were judging people that didn't have when it's like you wasn't there a few years ago, a few months ago, and now you got your money up and now you're trying to act funny. Like, no. That's where you're going to attract somebody that's going to drain them pockets because you over there acting funny now because you got some money. Don't do that. Because you used to be there, so don't judge people. Or this could have been somebody else, too. They could have been judging you because you didn't have. But they wondering why they even got what you is because they were judging you. You know? Like they wasn't there before. Type of energy. But I feel like because stability and security is the main focus in your reading. It's in the middle. And I feel like that's what you really want. You want to be stable financially, stably, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually. You want to just be stable all across the board. And I don't blame you. And you're realizing that the more you bring in financially, the more resources. Because sometimes it's not even about the money. It's about the people that you may know. It may be that right friend that you may run into today, tomorrow, next week. That could put you on to a job that could change your whole world, your whole life. They may have a business opportunity, something. You know, sometimes it's not about just making the money. Sometimes it's you being in spaces that will allow you to bring in more resources for yourself. That networking and Gemini, y'all got it to do the networking. That mouth of yours, that gifted gab that you are gifted with, utilize it. Stop being scared. Talk to people. Because you never know who you may meet that could sit there and open up a door for you. Bring you on board. Okay? Put you on to something. Don't be afraid to talk. Because I feel like a lot of you just have to decide that you want more for your life and just do what you have to do. You may not want to do it, but you're going to decide to do what you have to do to get where you want to be. And sometimes as an adult, that's part of adulting. You're going to have to sacrifice doing things, working places, because it's stepping stones. It's going to build character for you. It's going to make you appreciate and value the work that you had to put in to get to where you are. You're going to think before you do, okay? You're going to mature. So I'm proud of you, Gemini. So continue to work on it.